Hi everyone, welcome back to our smallholding adventure. My name's Tracy and this is Rodney. I thought it might be interesting for you to see what we do here on our smallholding and how we manage to work full time and run the smallholding as well. So tonight it's Tuesday night. It's about to get dark, probably in the next 45 minutes or so. I've got a few tasks that I'd like to get on with and I thought it would be nice to take you along with me to see what those are. So I'm here with my bowl of scraps. So some of these apples are just a little bit too beyond any good for being used in the kitchen. There's some leftover rice from tea, some wraps that we haven't used, and some tomatoes from the greenhouse that have gone past the best. So I'm going to take these round, feed some of the animals and show you what's going on with those guys. And I'm going to show you a little bit of an unfortunate event that we've had with the quail. You can hear the ducks before you even see them. So we've got them in here at the moment because they've completely trashed where they were. I'm just going to throw them some food over. That quietens them off just a little bit. So you can see that the ducks are in here with our cream leg bars, which these guys here, and the Aracanas, both of those which lay a sort of greeny blue egg. So that's going to keep them quiet for just a minute. Let's go and see how the other guys are getting on. Rodney, let's go and see them. Are you coming, Rodney? He's looking for rats, he is. What are you doing up there? Have you gone to bed already? These guys are already perching for the night. They're not supposed to sleep in here, but of course, why listen to what you're supposed to do? Hi everyone. Hello, Mr. Cockerel. Okay, who wants an apple? Tomato? Sorry, darling. Be nice. Hello, have you got out of bed to come and see what's going on? So let's give them the rest of the wraps and the rice, see what they make of this. Yum yum. This will be gone in a matter of minutes. These are our apple trees. So they do eat the apples that fall from these trees as well at this time of the year. Rodney! Mr. Cockerel's about to tell you. Rodney! That's them happy with some supper before bedtime. So we've probably got about half an hour left now before the light goes down. So I want to quickly show you what I was talking about with the quail. Okay, so here we are in our back garden now, and this is where we've been keeping the quail for some time. We came out the other morning and there were 8 quail that had been attacked during the night, unfortunately. So we do get some vermin around here. The largest predator that we've got really that would attack the quail here are actually rats. And unfortunately, wherever there's feed, wherever there's animal feed, things like that, rats will make their home. So we do have them here, though we try to stay on top of them. But unfortunately, when we came out, these guys didn't all survive the attack the other night. So we've got about 19 left, and I'll show you where we've had to move those to. But let me just quickly show you what the problem was. So this here, this frame is actually just from a greenhouse, obviously without the glass. So we have taken mesh and covered the greenhouse in its entirety and actually used these tie wraps to hold the mesh to it, and it's worked out great. Now what we don't have, if you can see inside, is mesh on the floor of the greenhouse. So what's happened is we've put bricks all the way around here, as you can see. Hi Rodney. We've put bricks all the way around to try and prevent anything digging under, because the other thing that might consider it would be foxes. To be honest, they'd probably go for the chickens before they'd go for the quail. So what's actually happened is, you can see here, and even since, okay, so that's a quail egg that wasn't there the other morning. and a rat has been in and eaten through this quail egg, and this is its tunnel that, despite filling in, it keeps making again. And this is exactly where Rodney can smell them. They've gone under here and come up through the other side, gone through the hole there and attacked the quail in the pen here. Poor things didn't stand a chance. So we filled this back in, put bricks over, and the rats have still been able to get in. So we've actually put a live catch rat trap in there, which, as you can see, hasn't worked yet. So unfortunately, as much as we've made this as lovely and homely as we can for the quail and as safe as possible, we've had to take them out and rehome them to another place on the Smallholding, which I'll show you just now. We need to figure out how to make this more safe. I think the only way that we're going to be able to do it is to actually mesh the floor as well. I'll show you where we've got somewhere else that's actually got the mesh on the floor. This is our smaller pen for when we've got less quail, and it's actually got, I'm not sure you can see through here, but it's actually got mesh on the floor so that if something does burrow underneath the sides, which is the case over in the greenhouse mesh, then it can't get underneath to get into the actual pen as well. So I think that's going to be what the answer is for over here at the greenhouse. Hello, lovely. Hello. Not today. Oh, there's Lamb. So the rats have actually burrowed underneath the bricks that we've put at the side of the mesh greenhouse and come up inside underneath. The quail didn't stand a chance. So we did lose 8, which is really unfortunate, very frustrating, but thankfully we've got 19 left. So we need to make sure that we preserve those guys and that we look after them. We'll learn from this, and that's one of the rules of smallholding, that things will happen, and you have to learn from them. You can't beat yourself up for too long over things that go wrong. Things always go wrong, but a lot goes right as well, and it certainly doesn't outweigh the things that go right. So let me quickly show you where we've got the quail now. So we're in the nursery now then, guys, and essentially this is where we raise our poultry from the eggs. So once we've hatched the eggs, which we actually do in the house, we bring them out here to the nursery, which is just a few footsteps away from the house. So it's protected, obviously it's a building in itself, and we raise them in here until they're of an age where they can actually go outside, where they're feathered up a little bit, and it's safe for them to go outside. Obviously it wasn't very safe for the quail to go outside, and that's super unfortunate. These guys are in here now, so you can see them all along there. We don't like to keep them in these cages and not be able to give them the freedom that they deserve, but at the moment it's the better of the two evils. So whilst we figure out what we're going to do with the mesh greenhouse, whether or not we put mesh on the floor, etc., these guys are going to stay in here where it's nice and safe. There's no rats that we ever get in here, so fingers crossed that doesn't change. I just thought it would be nice for you to see some of the processes that we have to go through. It's awful when we lose anything, of course it is, but this is part of the learning that we have to go through. So I'm going to turn the light off for these guys now because it's starting to get dark, so it's bedtime. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of insight as to what happens on our smallholding. I actually update a blog as well that we have, so it's called Our Smallholding Adventure. It's a blogspot blog, so if you look for that you'll be able to find it. I'm planning on making some vlogs to go along with the blogs, so that you can actually see visually what's happening here rather than just reading about it. I'll put the links down in the description below. We'd really appreciate your support both on here or on the blog, whatever your preference is. We'll shortly be uploading a video on what's happening with the pigs. We'll get those back to process soon. So I really hope that you'll be along for that journey too and see what we're doing and what we're learning, and hopefully learn something along the way for yourselves as well. So for now, if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe because that helps us build our YouTube community. But for now, stay safe and we'll talk to you in the comments. Goodbye.